Do you ever question why professionals' lives are becoming more chaotic despite having better education, good income, and being globally mobile? You might be wondering that your parents and grandparents' time, where the income was less and they possessed less luxuries, but still their life was better, it was stable and predictable. And you must be asking yourself that don't you think that every generation should be doing better than the previous generation? But here you are lacking stability and predictability in your life. Don't blame yourself. You are not incompetent, outdated, or unlucky. It is just that the world is entering into the phase of instability. In the past, things were a direct correlation of cause and effect model. You studied well, you learned skills, you worked hard, you progressed, and your work life was better. But now, global market, AI driven technology, supply chain, organization, and geopolitics, they are tightly coupled and forming a complex system. In this system, not a single individual, organization, or country can tell what is happening in near future. But still, there are professionals who are building successful career in this chaotic time. It is because the history of technology is not written by those who fear. It is written by those who see opportunity in it. So before I'm going to tell you three shifts and few tips how you can build a successful career in these chaotic times, you need to understand chaos from science and Vedic philosophy perspective. So in science, we talk about linear system where there is a direct correlation between cause and effect. For example, organizations need to have a longer life. Longevity is high. Organization structures were stable. Technology cycles were slow. Competitors are limited and visible. And skills are relevant and they are lasting longer. But now systems are massively scaling up. Millions of professionals are connected globally. Technology platforms are serving billions. Companies operating across continents, supply chain spanning across countries. When scale increases, interdependency multiplies. And that is why one startup in one part of the geography can disrupt the whole market. You have seen one release of software from Anthropic AI has really shaken up SaaS world. And a chip shortage in one region can impact the whole industry. When China tightened the export control of some of the semiconductor components, it has impacted the semiconductor industry hugely. A regulatory change in one part of the world can impact the global stock market. We have seen that the US tariff has caused havoc in the international stock market. So that's the impact. Sometimes a small trigger can cause big havoc, and sometimes big changes or big shifts may not cause that big havoc because things are unpredictable, things are unstable, and that is when the system shifts from linear to non-linear. And then when you add scale to it, when things are happening so fast, then it becomes chaotic. In chaotic situation, you cannot predict anything, you cannot find any stability. Vedic philosophy says that a time is not linear, it is cyclical, and it talks about yugas. It says that each yuga has a distinct characteristic, and we are in Kali Yuga where there is a maximum fragmentation, least dependence on dharma, and highest confusion between appearance and reality. So in simple terms, Kali Yuga means systems are becoming massive and powerful, but they are unstable. Knowledge is increasing, but wisdom is decreasing. The speed is increasing, but clarity is reducing. And that is why Bhagavad Gita says that you have a control on your action and not on the outcome. So we professionals, even in this chaotic time, want to control the outcome, and we will overplan, overanalyze, and start becoming anxious, and we enter into depression. But in unstable system, more control leads to more frustration. Science also says that frustration leads to increase in cortisol, and with the increase in cortisol, thinking narrows and the decision making become more reactive. And that is why most of the professionals are not able to build a successful career in chaotic time. So here are three shifts which you must take. Shift number one: from predictability you move to adaptability. Here what I mean is that gone are those days when the things will be stable and predictable. Here you need to adapt with the changing time. Science says it is called adaptive intelligence, and Vedic philosophy says it is viveka, discernment. So what do you do? Here, instead of asking, what will be my career after 5 years, you should ask, am I becoming a person who can respond intelligently to change? With this question, with this mindset, most of your anxiety will reduce. You will move from predictability to adaptability. Second shift is don't go for external validation, but go for internal anchoring. Most of the time, we evaluate others' success from external parameter, money, lifestyle, their designations, their career growth, and based on that, we evaluate our own success. But in this chaotic time, this is not going to provide you any happiness. You need to undertake a spiritual path where you will be much more calmer and where you are able to make right decision, because only calm mind can help you to take right decision in this chaotic time. And the third shift, which is equally important, is move from linear effort to timing, because timing in this chaotic time is very important. So you should have one eye about seeing the chaos, seeing the changes, seeing the scale and speed, and with the other eye you need to see what is the good time, what is the good opportunity. Don't think too much, because adaptability as the first shift and internal anchoring as the second shift, you will be able to sense the timing and then you will be able to adapt to it. And that is where these successful people normally sense the timing and then they catch that opportunity, and with that they grow. In my previous video, I have talked about miracle versus karma. There I said, if you really want miracle in life, because miracles do happen. In my own story, there are many miracles which have shaped my life and career, but you have to do more karma in order to get more miracle. And in the chaotic time, miracles are going to happen much more, because here, any effort, small effort or any effort which you have done some time back, some years back, some decade back, you will find it out that in chaotic world, it is coming out as a miracle. So I'm going to tell you how I have adopted these three shifts. 8 years back, when I took the premature retirement from this corporate life, I started doing motivational talk and leadership coaching. And now, last year, when out of miracle, I got a much better opportunity to head a stealth mode R&D center in India, people asked me, oh Utkarsh, 7 years back, you said that you are not going to come back to the corporate life. Then why you are now here? It is because I adapted to it. I went with my inner anchoring, with my spiritual journey, and I sensed the timing. And Advaita Vedanta says, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. It means the only reality is the supreme consciousness. And what all we are seeing in this world, they all are changing. Time is changing, environment is changing, industry is changing, system is changing, and you have to adapt to it. So professionals, here is what I am going to suggest, that you adopt these three shifts. And first, stop self-blame. It is a systematic issue. It is not your personal issue. Second, stop comparing with others. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own adaptability, inner awakening and timing, and let them make their own journey. You don't compare it and you don't go into this external validation mode. Third, strengthen inner stability. Start the path of spirituality with some meditation, with some grounding. When you will get inner peace and calm, you will be able to take better decisions. Fourth, act without attachment. As I said earlier, you have a control on your action, your karma, but no control on the outcome. Once you get overly worried about the outcome, many problems happen. And also don't put any time pressure to it. And fifth, build adaptability, not certainty. Now going forward, you must focus in building career without having any certainty, but focusing on adaptability. How I will navigate in this chaotic time, how I will sense the opportunity, how I will time my move. That should be your real motto. I hope you like this video. You like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.